A lot of us were left to fend for ourselves when it comes to designing our homes. The problem isn't that you have bad taste or a small budget. You're just doing home design wrong. Trust me, you don't have to hate your room.
Here's the deal. I've picked out 3 rooms that I think have a lot of the common design dilemmas that we all deal with. We're gonna see how with just a few changes, we can make these rooms look dramatically better. This person, Triaddle, assume they live in Seattle, says they're working on their interior design skills. Any feedback on my living room space? The floor poof is gonna go, but would love a critical eye on the rest. It's a cute room. They definitely have design skills, that's for sure. They're doing a lot of things right, but what can we improve here? When I look at this room, everything does look very nice to the eye, but when it comes to having people come over, the function is lacking. It's pretty far apart, so like any conversations with each other, you're gonna be far from the person you're trying to have a conversation with. That's the main thing that's making this space look awkward. Nothing is really tied together. So we're gonna pull the couch in, pull the coffee table in, anything that's anchored to the couch, pull that all in, and then we can talk to the person on the chair. But there's one thing that's really gonna pull this space together, and it's taking this white bench over on the left and moving it next to the couch and in front of the coffee table. That to me makes this space actually feel whole and complete. It's a lot better to put the bench in this position, whereas if we put the couch in front, not only would it be blocking the view when you come in, but it would also be blocking the pathways in, and having the bench there allows people to access this space a lot easier. And then you really have a great space for a good amount of people to just have conversation and enjoy this room. So we could just stop there and the room is already so much better, but we're gonna do a few more things. If they could sell this white bench and replace it with one that can lean into their color palette a little bit more, like this one, how good does that look? It looks pretty freaking good. Now we have a little bit more character coming in. I feel like people that are starting out in design, I think they get really scared of color. So they'll use color, but they won't use enough. You're just using one shade of orange, one shade of brown, and you're not using different shades of your color palette, and it can look really strange. That could be a huge reason why your room might feel off. You might just not be leaning into your color palette enough. Anyways, because the poof does a really good job of connecting the bench and the chair together, I would get like a footstool to put there instead. So much better than the poof, but we want to have something still there. Otherwise the pieces aren't going to feel connected. And then I'm going to throw that blanket that they had on the bench onto the white chair just to also give this space a little more contrast because they have a lot of white going on there. I like the white situation, but they need a little something just to like tie it to the rest of the room. There's one last thing that's sort of bugging me, and it's these, what is that, rattan or woven art pieces. For me, it's really the contrast of them. Your eye can't help but just go straight to them because the contrast is so strong compared to the white walls and the rest of the room. So it's kind of like a black hole. I love how they did 2 pieces. I do like that. So if you could replace it with something that doesn't contrast with the wall quite as much, I think that will let the space breathe a little. But if they can't go, I would just at least frame them and make the frame the color of the wall, just so they look a little bit less like cheap. Right now they look really cheap. And the last touch, I would just put a throw pillow on this leather couch just because it's so brown and it needs a little something something. It looks so much better. I think we did good. Let's move on. This next room was submitted on Reddit by CompleteBird6826. We're gonna help them out with their little nest. They said, what can I do to elevate my sunroom? Open to all suggestions. Do you guys just all like, I feel like this is everyone's dream to have like a sunroom like this, all windows and a beautiful backyard that looks like they have so much privacy. This is just a great room. We need to do it justice. Right now, not only is the color all just one tone, everything is one height in one space. There's no zones. Fixing just some of those things is really gonna help. And we're gonna start with creating zones. What's probably making it really hard for them to create any zones is their couch. It's a little big. Can't turn it, and it's big. Not only is the couch not allowing them to create zones, but it's also blocking the view. So we're gonna have to get rid of it. We're gonna sell that on Facebook Marketplace. We're gonna flip the rug, and then we're going to bring in a new couch and create a zone, but we're also going to open up the space so that when you're sitting that you can look at the TV, but you can also look outside. When you're considering the design of your space, you really have to consider the context. We have all these windows. There's a lot of nature outside that we want to be able to get the most of, and really letting that speak and not overpowering the nature aspect of this room. Where were we, guys? We're in Mexico City right now, working from here. The weather's good, and back home it's not good, very cold. But here the weather's so good, it's 80 degrees, but we have no AC. I hate to complain about it, but my camera's complaining about it and it keeps overheating. So I keep having to film the video for 10 minutes. My camera's like, just out of here. And then I have to wait and let my camera cool down. I have like 3 fans in here. You probably can hear them. So where were we? I think I was saying how
Editing Brooke here, I did not in fact know where I had left off, so I'm here to fill in some gaps. On the other side of the couch, I want to bring in 2 chairs, hopefully ones that complement each other well. Maybe one chair that's a little bit on the thicker side and more comfy and on the ground, and then another chair that's on the lighter side, a little bit more dainty. And that will give a lot more balance. As for tables in the space, I would bring in some different materials here. We haven't used wood yet. Maybe like the coffee table can be wood. For a couple side tables in this space, I would do something that goes with a color palette, something that's also a new material. That way we're adding a lot of variety and texture. Something I noticed about this space is that all of the walls, they're pretty much like off-white, except they painted the wall that the fireplace and the TV is on a separate color, which definitely gives it some nice contrast. And I like where they're going with that, but I want them to lean into that a little more. Fireplaces are already the thing that you're going to be facing typically in a room if you have a fireplace, so why not just go all out and really make it the focal point of the room? With this one, it would be kind of a shame to make it like a really cool tile that's really beautiful because the TV would just be covering it up. So instead, I want to just tile it black. It's like camouflaging the TV and the fireplace while also bringing in more contrast to the space.
for some reason, the material they use to create the windows, it's just not very pretty. On the bottom, I can only imagine that it doesn't look great. So I feel like it'd be nice to throw a table or long cabinet. I like that. I think that looks really good. That's cool. I want to add a little bit more height in here. Since we're in a sunroom and plants thrive in sunrooms, right? I don't know much about plants, but I want to put an orange tree, like a baby orange tree, in a really cool, colorful pot that matches our color palette. This just is like the way it's just so good. This is so cool. That's all I have to say. I hope it can survive in here. Anybody tell me if this is even a viable option. I'm not really sure. But if the orange tree doesn't work, some other taller plant here in the pink pot would be cool too. We're gonna add in an arch light and maybe a light on top of this table if it doesn't take up too much space, and then a little lamp on the coffee table. And then we need some blankets and pillows that will really tie all the pieces together. Maybe like a blanket on the chair, some throw pillows on the white couch. Now this, I feel like, really lives up to the potential that this space has and allows everybody to not only have good conversation, but it also allows people to have a good view of outside, which a backyard like that you should be looking at. But that leaves us with our second zone, which is going to be behind the couch where they have the bar. Based on my assessment, they already have a bar, it looks like. I also really don't like it in the corner like that. We're going to get rid of it. The harder thing about this zone is their art piece is super loud and colorful. It's not really my style, but we're gonna leave it. They hung it up, they like it. We're gonna put a little light above it just to give it a little extra character. If this was my space, I feel like having a spot to eat out here would be super nice. So we're gonna put a table in here. I would put a long glass table, kind of neutral and doesn't compete with the art piece they have. And then for the chairs, I have been obsessed with this blue. I feel like this blue is trending, or maybe it's trending for me. I love this blue. It's so soft. It's like a neutral without being a neutral, and it lets the environment and the painting have its moment. So I think instead of the fan, I would add a pendant light, and then we'll go ahead and throw like a cool little vase on the table. I would love this spot. I would just work from there every day. One last thing, this painting on the left here, I need to get rid of that. I already have so much going on, and there you have it. We've created a fun little space. It's really important before you start shopping and buying things for your space to have a very, very clear vision of what you want it to look like, what the zones are, and what your color palette is. Really have a good idea of the exact pieces that you want. Pick out the dream couch, pick out the dream chair. So drawing up a vision like this or hiring someone to put something like this together for you will actually end up saving you a lot of money, so that when you go out shopping and slowly but surely buy pieces for your home, you're buying the right stuff, getting the things that are all going to go well together. Without having a map like this, you're gonna end up with a room that you hate. This one's a doozy. Here we go. This one was submitted by Caregiver 700. All right, so they said, living room ideas wanted. It's sort of chaos. They only had one person give them any suggestions on this because I think it's just a little overwhelming. Where do you begin on a space like this? So I thought it'd be interesting for this space to really show how just making a few changes can really make a space drastically different. We're not gonna get anything new. We're going to see what we can do just by editing down and moving our floor plan around. And then I've decided to leave the TV where it is. To me, someone puts the TV where they want it, that's where they want it. Looks like they are prioritizing the social function of their space over being able to watch TV. So we're just gonna leave the TV where it is. That's where they want it. So the things that they're doing right, they definitely have a great amount of light sources in this room. It's just really yellow. They have a lot of personality. It feels really authentic. Like they took a lot of time to decide on these pieces or thrift them, and then their art looks really personal. But the biggest problem with this space, they have too much going on. There's not enough negative space. The eye has nowhere to rest because there's no focal point. And a lot of their stuff is very dainty and leggy and small. Everything is kind of marching to the same beat, which makes it very cluttered. I mean, the accent wall, it's never great, but so to make things easy on ourselves, we're just gonna start by removing everything. I'm going to leave the couch and the side tables with the lamps there. The way that is I like it. I'm gonna take out the wine bottle on the floor, the stuff on the side tables to open them up so people can lay their drinks down. So I do like these flowers. They're charming. It's nice how much lighting they have going, but a lot of it is the same height as well as with the paintings. They're all sort of the same height. We'll leave the paintings up for now. So now once we've moved most of the furniture out, we can really start to look at how we can make this space more appealing. Now, their rug is a bit small and it's a bit loud. In the rules of design, you would want your rug to be big enough to be able to anchor all of your furniture pieces together. In this space, it's much too small and it's like its own little island and it's creating more clutter to the eye. So we're gonna tell them to put a bigger rug on their wish list as well as some less leggy furniture. So I would tell her to get one item that's like fully on the ground. But we're gonna keep what we have. We're gonna move the love seat to the left side and then move the chairs to where the love seat was. And that really opens up the room and takes away from some of the visual clutter. In between the chairs, I would put one of the coffee tables that they had out. And then they also had like a lamp and we could put that back in. So now that we've moved our furniture around, this room already feels a little bit better. There's a lot less visual clutter. Now we're gonna move to the walls. We're just gonna take some of the paintings down. I think it'd be really cool if they moved this yellow piece and this like black one. Those are like my two favorite pieces in this room and like kind of like framed the lamp. It looks cute, like a little moment over there. Really what this space needs is bigger art. The small ones just add so much visual clutter to an already very visually cluttered room. They can put that on their wish list of things to get. But for now, I think we'll keep the rest of the paintings down. Maybe put that small one that was on the other wall like over here. You could if you really wanted to. Again, her paintings look pretty like, I don't know, they seem really important. So I'm sure she'll want to keep them or put them somewhere else in the house. But I think it's in this space that it just doesn't work. It would be great maybe if they took a bunch of these paintings and made an art gallery in another part of their home. Or maybe on this left white wall, they could make some sort of art gallery with all of those. If they really wanted to keep all of their art, I would do that. So there you have it. It's still on its way to looking better, but it's already so much better from where you started just by removing a few things. A lot more pleasant on the eye. Being super intentional about where and what you decide to put on your walls, what you decide to put in your space is important. If you use too much, all of it becomes unimportant. Sometimes all you need to do is edit and remove some of the things that you already have, and that can bring a whole new life to a space. We did all 3 rooms. And if we didn't go over something that you need help on, let me know. Maybe I can help you out in another video. If you want to keep entertaining yourself, feel free to watch my next video and you can meet my cat. Bye, you guys. Bye-bye.